On a quiet summer night in Charlotte, North Carolina, a young woman who had already survived the horrors of war would lose her life in the most unthinkable way. She escaped bombs. She survived shelters. She dreamed of a new beginning in America, only to meet her end on a city train. This is the haunting story of Irina Zarutska, and the shocking attack that has left a city, a family, and a nation asking, could this have been prevented? Irina Zarutska was just 23 years old. A Ukrainian refugee, she fled her homeland in 2022 with her mother, sister, and brother, leaving behind a father trapped by war. Friends described her as the heart of the family, the one who kept everyone together. She worked at a pizzeria, at a sandwich shop, and even in an assisted living home, while studying English at community college. Her dream: to become a veterinary assistant. But Irina was more than her studies. She was an artist, a painter, a clothing designer, a gentle soul who cared for neighborhood pets. After the terror of bomb shelters, she had finally found joy in Charlotte. She fell in love with her new life, and with the American dream. It was Friday, August 22, 2025. After finishing her shift at Zapetti's Pizzeria, Irina boarded the Blue Line light rail at Scalybark Station, just before 10 p.m. She chose a seat, quietly scrolling her phone, just another ordinary ride home. But in the row behind her sat DeCarlos Brown Jr., 34 years old, restless, fidgeting, twitching. Only minutes after the train doors closed, he pulled out a knife. Without warning, he lunged forward and slashed Irina across the neck and throat. Witnesses recall her clutching her face, collapsing to the floor as strangers rushed to help. Within moments she was gone. The train, filled with panic, had become a scene of horror. Police rushed to the scene. A witness pointed officers to Brown's location nearby, and he was arrested the same night. First, the case seemed simple. A violent man, a random killing. But the deeper investigators dug, the darker the story became. Brown's record was extensive. 14 prior arrests, prison time for armed robbery, larceny, and breaking and entering. It would have been easy to mark him as just another career criminal. But his family revealed something far more chilling. Brown suffered from severe schizophrenia. He believed the government had implanted a chip inside him. He spoke of voices, of people reading his thoughts. In 2022, he attacked his sister. She dropped charges, terrified but desperate for him to get treatment. His mother begged courts to place him in long-term care. Judges ordered evaluations, but nothing ever changed. After his arrest, Brown told his sister he killed Irina because she was reading my mind. This wasn't theft. This wasn't revenge. It was the result of a mind collapsing into delusion. And yet, the system had left him free. The killing happened on a public train system, a crucial detail. That meant federal law applied. Prosecutors charged Brown with causing death on a mass transportation system, a charge that carries the death penalty. What seemed like a local tragedy became a national case. The political firestorm erupted immediately. President Trump called Brown an animal and demanded execution. Charlotte's mayor blamed a broken court system. But experts pointed elsewhere, at the failures of America's mental health system. Brown's mother had begged for help. Judges had issued orders. Yet the cracks were too wide. And Irina fell through them. Her death was more than a crime. It was a brutal collision of two broken systems. One for justice, one for healthcare. Irina now rests in Charlotte, buried on the soil she grew to love. Her father, still trapped in Ukraine, could only watch her funeral on a video call. As for Brown, he awaits trial, facing life in prison or death. But even if justice is served, the chilling question lingers. How many more lives will slip through the cracks before change comes? She escaped a war, only to be struck down by a war inside one man's mind. The tragedy of Irina Zarutska is a reminder that sometimes, the deadliest battlefields are the ones we cannot see.